Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber KaTribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.
Home buying may be really hard, especially for first-time home buyers. It is even harder with the pandemic around, changing our priorities. Joining us today is Avialand President Fatima Olivares-Vital to talk about the pain points of home buying customers in this crisis and how Avialand has worked unfettered by the pandemic to deliver its promise, a premier living experience to its customers. Good afternoon, I am your host, Vernon Velasco, and this is Kalingang KaTribu. Good afternoon, Pami. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon, Vernon. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm happy to be with you. And good afternoon to all your viewers here in Kalingang KaTribu.
First off, it is very clear how COVID-19 has impacted how businesses operate in an office environment. Kayo ba dyan sa Avialand? Kamusta ang operations nito dyan ngayon?
Yes. Our projects, the projects of Avialand is located in Laguna and Quezon. So as early as June, we already were under NECQ. And considering that we are a falling under a real estate and a construction company, it means that we were already allowed to operate at around 50%. So what we did was that, we took advantage of the situation because even throughout the pandemic, there was, we have a commitment to our clients that we have to deliver their homes as scheduled this year. So we really did not want to waste any more time on, we had to go back to work, finish building their houses, assisting them with their applying for their loans. So we did what we, of course, we followed the guidelines set by the IATF, but apart from that, we went the extra mile by, being more creative with how we do our work. Not just not expecting that we were going to go back to the life that it was pre-pandemic. So, some of the things that we did was that, the work from home setup was really a headache for many business owners. You cannot imagine that, you're thinking about the productivity, paano mababantayan yung mga tao if they're able to do their work. But one thing that we shifted was that instead of watching just the time clock and compensating our employees based on the time that they are in the office, what we did was we changed our mindset and shifted this into an output-based, compensation system. So we changed it instead of clocking in 8 to 5, your usual, napapasok ka sa office 8 to 5. What we did was each employee was given objectives and milestones that they had to reach, and whether or not they do it in 5 days, 8 to 5 hours, or if they move faster or not, that would be the basis of their the basis of their productivity and eventually their pay and their salary. So those are just one of the things that we did to adapt to this new normal that they are talking about. And of course, we cannot live all with work from home, so we still had some employees that were coming to work. So those that were asked to go to work, we provide them with a staff house, a comfortable staff house with everything that they need, so that they don't have to worry about going home every day to their families, and fearing for, especially if they live with their parents or even babies. So we gave them the staff houses, and for those who are not able to live with the staff houses, we provided personal shuttle services for them so that they don't have to risk commuting to go to the office.
You mentioned your current setup. Do you actually conduct actual tours pa rin? And what are your protocols po in terms of selling?
I'm sorry, actual
tours, yeah.
Tours, okay. So with regards to selling the houses, yes, there was a time na we were doing a lot of Facebook live. So if you are the agent, yung agent magpupunta siya sa unit, and instead of kasama niya yung mga clients niya, they do an actual Facebook live. So that was very effective because it's more genuine, I suppose, rather than just sending a filmed video with pictures. The clients feel more at ease na naka-Facebook live sila kasi nakikita talaga nila kung, it was as if they were there. So, virtual, yes, we do it also, but not virtual in a sense that it is, edited or cut, or that you're only showing the good side. So it is we tried to make it as realistic as possible to give our clients a very clear idea of what they are purchasing when they're buying their house and lot.
What they are purchasing when they're buying their house and lot. Do you think, Pami, na maraming walang trabaho ngayon, di ba? So, do you think the individual mindset will be set upon buying a house?
Okay. That's a very good question. There's a lot of people, for our market specifically in Ovia Land, we're very, a lot of our home buyers have made the decision even before the pandemic that they wanted to buy a house. So I guess it was really not, it's not just on the spot decision that you make. it was a decision that they already, it's a goal. It's more of a life goal or a family goal rather than just a decision today or tomorrow. So yes, many people were affected financially, jobs, their businesses, but I guess we don't expect the pandemic to last forever. So, we're very lucky that even though, the pandemic has affected everybody, in so many ways, in Vialand, we actually experienced an increase of our sales because the way we see it is that, it was really a wake-up call with one's priorities, diba? So, if before you were content with renting and, spending your money on other non-asset contributing expenses. Siguro the pandemic really was a wake-up call for many people that, now is the time to invest, to make that decision, something, a lifetime asset that you can give not just to yourself but to your family and pass it on or onwards. So I guess for those that are affected by the pandemic in terms of, employment, financial income, what I guess I can tell you is that, buying a house is not just a decision that you make for the day or what your circumstance is for the day or for now. It should be a goal that you should incorporate with, and you should factor in your current finances, how you will recover from the pandemic. And, eventually you can still put it back in your plans. It's not definite na just because you're in a pain point today, it means that you'll never be able to buy a house and lot in the future. I think it's just about, planning for it, regroup, retool your plans, and, and hopefully you will hit a timeline and, have the opportunity to invest in real estate.
Now there's a push na for affordable housing as part of the national government's COVID-19 recovery agenda. Do you think, Pami, na it will have a very meaningful impact in the short term?
Short term and long, the pandemic, I keep saying that the pandemic has changed us forever. The pandemic will not be here for long. Bill Gates already said that they are predicting that by Q3 2021 we will be back to normal. But the 12, 18 months of a pandemic changes people. So we are seeing a surge of inquiries from Metro Manila residents. They are currently renting apartments, and then they realize that for the rent that they pay, they can actually buy their own house and lot outside Metro Manila because the prices in Metro Manila are really, it's already exorbitant. It's not anymore, it can be afforded by, middle class, middle income Filipinos, but the quality that the product that you will get with buying from, Metro Manila, where land is so scarce, land is so expensive, versus the quality that you can get from buying in outside Metro Manila, similar to what the government is saying, the outside Metro Manila is less congested, more natural air, less urban poor. They have the newer cities outside Metro Manila have had better urban planning. Their roads, drainages, all those things have been better planned. So, it's going to be, for me, it's a higher quality of living. And I think many Filipinos are realizing this. They are realizing that you don't have to live beside the mall. You don't have to live beside the movie house. What's more important is the home and what is inside and, what you can build and the family and, the good experiences that can be done inside the house and not necessarily what's outside.
Pami, you've mentioned the business opportunities in this pandemic. Where do you see other opportunities in the marketplace?
Yeah. Okay. Aside from real estate, I'm really I really admire how Filipinos are always at the forefront of technology. And since we are in the forefront of technology, that means we are also updated with what's latest, with what's cool, kung ano yung uso sa Metro Manila, kung ano yung pinag-uusapan ng mga celebrities and influencers. Immediately it will be made available already. So something like with food, nung nauso yung sushi bake, it was it's something that was so popular in Metro Manila, but before you knew it, you search Facebook Marketplace and it's already available in so many other areas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Everybody is so quick to adapt. So for me, if you are an SME, if you're an entrepreneur, sometimes the Metro Manila market is already so saturated, and dami mo ng kalaban doon. Like when you're in Metro Manila, one street, you'll see 4, 5 laundry machine, laundry shops, or even, convenience stores and all those things. But there's so much more opportunity outside where, there's less there's also a big market because it's not like our outside Metro Manila is not populated. It's also as marami na rin naman ang nakatira doon. So now if we're so quick to adapt, and everybody in the Philippines, we want what's new. So you can offer services that are being offered now in Metro Manila and offer them in the neighboring cities and neighboring areas. And I think that would be a good way to to hustle and do your own. Everybody is doing their own racket, as they say now in the pandemic, and so many people are surviving because of it. And I think outside Metro Manila even more. So there is an opportunity there.
So the considerations have changed for home buyers. It used to be that they buy home considering location, accessibility, family needs, price. What changes in the priorities for owners and tenants? Pero before you answer that, Pami, we're going to take a short break.
Thank you, Vernon.
Thanks.
This is a very important story. The important story.
Pictures and stories.
Today, we feel the weight of history on our shoulders. The way we have been moving leads nowhere. We need to change course.
Since the United Nations was founded, the human race has never had to face a set of challenges like we do right now. But together, we can overcome them.
Magsha-shopping na lang ako!
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hello, can I get the following? One pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slide, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget my hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Wait lang. Okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver. Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa, cancel ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami mag-deliver.
Call to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Call na rin kayo.
Call to deliver.
Before we took a very short break, we asked Violent President Pami Olivares about how the considerations have changed for home buyers. So, Pami, ano yung mga nag-iba in terms of the priorities of home buyers in buying a house?
Definitely, number one would be space. So we were all locked up, locked up in a good sense to keep us safe for at least, the most stringent measures for like 3 months. And really, living in an 18 to 21 square meter condo, especially if you are a family of, sabihin mo ng, kahit mag-asawa pa lang kayo, the space, it affects us so much. It's really being holed up. So I really think that the number one consideration that's going to change would be the need for space. Because before, the lifestyle was always in a hurry, go to work, school, gising, uwi, kain sa labas, uwi ka na lang para maligo tsaka matulog. But now, all of a sudden, you have to be at home for 24 hours, day in and day out. And that's where you really realize that you have no space to to cook, or you have no space to be quiet on your own. You have no space to, especially if you have young children, they are the ones that are most affected with a small space. So I think, if the question is it worth it na you're staying in a place because it's in the city, it's in the center, but you are so tight. It's medyo yung mga iba na-affect na yung mental health nila because they were just alone the whole time, not enough space to exercise, not enough space to breathe, you don't see any trees, there's nothing green to see. So I think that's the space would be the number one for me game changer when it comes to real estate. Second for me would be the congestion and the density. Now that we are adapting to new normal, more people are going to work. We're now hearing horror stories that it takes you 30 minutes just to ride the elevator.
Yeah.
Because before, many people can ride the elevator at once, but now because of the social distancing, only 4 to 5 people are allowed at a time, and you're trying to traffic 50 floors of how many people living in one floor. So that for me is that is the perils of living in a very congested, high density area. The same way na, knock on wood, when somebody tests positive for COVID-19, a whole floor will become now on lockdown. You're not able to move. So, talagang you're already in a tight, congested space. You are even put tighter because you can't move anywhere. So those, I think, are the considerations that, changed people's minds. They're exploring, other options for themselves and for their families because, it's just not healthy. It's not sustainable, especially when right now you have young children, wala silang place matakbuhan, pero lalo na pagka tumanda na sila, they become, preteens, it's the space. All of a sudden, you are awakened that, space really matters.
Let's narrow it down, no, Pami. Ovia Land, di ba, has always helped people who are having a hard time sa paghahanap ng bahay. So,
Yes.
what is the best advice you could offer buyers during this important time? You said it's about the space, it's about whether it's congested, it's about, the traffic circulation. I mean, how Ovia Land is putting premium on these things that really matter.
Yeah. Actually, Ovia Land, we are really pushing towards, moving outside Metro Manila and exploring Southern Luzon and seeing that, it's still so accessible to Manila, but you have the greens. You don't have to go through the EDSA traffic. There, for young families, there are good schools there. Quality of living is much cheaper. But the cost of living is much cheaper, but the quality of life that you get is so much more because what you can buy from, for example, 2.5 million pesos can only buy you, let's say, a 20 square meter condominium unit in Metro Manila. But if you translate this to our product lines, our house and lots, this can actually buy you an 80 square meter 2-story duplex or even a townhouse. So, there's no need to be so attached to living in Metro Manila because Southern Luzon has so many options. The schools are also there. Their job opportunities are also there because I know this because every time we pass by the city hall, mga munisipyo, there's so many job fairs going on. There's a lot of hiring that needs to be done. So we're trying to convince people that there's life outside Metro Manila and there's a better life waiting for you without the congestion, without the long lines of the MRT and commuting. So, we're telling it might not be in your plan today. Everybody has a different reality with the pandemic. Some were affected, some gained, some were really in a very tight spot right now. But the point is, I guess what I'm trying to say, the point is it's important to make a plan. It's important to make a long-term sustainable plan for yourself, for your family, and consider that there are options outside Metro Manila that is nearby. It doesn't have to be, when they talk about balik probinsya, it doesn't mean that it has to be an airplane ride away or, mahabang biyahe. Southern Luzon is only 1 hour away from Metro Manila. and the opportunities that you will have there in terms of quality of life, profession, and even investment value. There's a lot to be gained in Southern Luzon.
You mentioned nga the basically the considerations ka nung new home buyers sa new normal. What are the current trends na inadapt ng mga developers at Ovialand for that matter? As part of your unique service proposition?
Okay. So for Ovialand, the customer is the customer is at the center of everything we do. We call it a premier living. So this starts from the day that you reserve your unit all the way until you move into the house that that you purchased from us. So for many of our clients, kasi for us, business as usual. We're building houses and we're helping you with your loan applications. Normally, all of these requirements, you have to submit all of these requirements so that we can so that we can prepare your loan application mostly with Pag-ibig Fund. But for now, what we're doing is that everything is online submission, and you can send. You don't have to physically go to our offices just to submit your requirements. The same way with our payment portals that we have. So you can pay everything online for your monthly amortizations, for your loan application fees. Everything can be done online, and we will send you your original receipt. One service that we are also doing is that we are delivering the loan requirements. There are some documents that you really have to sign physically. So instead of having to go to our office, we are doing door-to-door service where we will send to you in a packet everything that you need to sign, and you can just send it to us back, and that will now constitute your loan application folder with Pag-ibig Fund, so that the next time we see you, we are just turning over the house keys to you and you are ready to move into your new home.
Next up, sasagutin natin yung mga katanungan ng mga netizens tungkol sa home buying ngayong new normal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May tanong.
Click, click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap, it's a wrap. Just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the Ring Ring apps or the in thing, you know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now.
Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
So may mga videos kaming pin-repair regarding kung saan nga makikita yung mga developments ng Ovialand. Ito sila. So tell us about the developments of Ovialand and saan namin sila makikita, Pami?
Okay. This picture that you're looking at now is it's called Kalia. This is located in Candelaria, Quezon. It sounds far, I know, but actually this is only about 2 hours drive from Makati. From Makati, it's only a 2-hour drive from Makati. So if you think about it, it's very accessible. I'm not saying that you commute and work to Makati every day from Candelaria. What I'm saying is that it's accessible. Candelaria is a first-class municipality in Quezon. It's a booming town with a lot of commerce and a lot of employment. They have a lot of there have a lot of new multinational companies that are opening in the area, and we have a 10-hectare development in that area that with the pictures that you saw, that's called Kalia, wherein we expect our first batch of 60 home buyers to move in. Actually, dapat 150 sila na mag-move in before the year ends, but because of the delays of the pandemic, we have to adjust. So now it's 60 families that are expected to move in before the end of the year, and we're very excited for them to be moving to their new homes. Yes. So yes. So that one was Kalia. So again, this is part of our videos. This is the Ovialand, and this is how we help you buy your own home. So in Ovialand, again, like what I said, it's a personalized service from start to finish. We will not leave you alone when you buy a house from us. We are going to make sure that you're able to get the loan that you desire from Pag-ibig Fund or from the banks, so that you will not have a problem with acquiring your own home. So we take care of everything of that, so that ang isipin nyo na lang is that you need to move into your new home.
Ay, Pami, ano yung ano niyan? Yung price range ng Ovia Land Developments?
Okay. Yeah. Our premier house and lot units start from 1.8 million up to 2.8 million. So, maraming nagugulat with those price, because when we talk about Ovia Land and we talk about service and the premier amenities that we give, people think that we're talking about house and lot units na nasa 4 to 6 million, but actually it's very well priced at 1.8 million pesos, that most double income families, pag nagtatrabaho yung husband and wife, it's an attainable aspiration for many.
So may mga tanong tayo sa mga katribo natin, mula kay Larry ng QC, safe naman bumili ng house and lot sa panahon ngayon? Mas gusto ko kasi sa probinsya na tumira. I will support ang balik probinsya. Ano mapapayo mo?
Yes. I don't think when talk about safe regarding pandemic or not pandemic, I guess what you mean by safe is that kung makaka-deliver ba yung developer dun sa product na binili mo, that will depend on the developer that you will trust. With regards to processing of loans and construction, again, it depends on who you will partner with. But for us in Ovia Land, it's basically business as usual, except we have to do these adjustments due to the pandemic. But I think, sir, now is a good time to invest, because when the world recovers from this pandemic, I think real estate prices are going to be increasing at least 20 to 30% from their pre-pandemic price. So I think now is a good time. Make sure that you partner with a good developer that can deliver what they want to commit. Make sure that they have the capability to deliver what they are committing to you, and make sure that they're a developer that respects and honors their commitments to their clients. This is our
go ahead.
This is our project in San Pablo. This is called Cenera. Those are actual photos. Again, just like what you saw from Kalia. This is along, actually Kalia is also located along Maharlika Highway. So, if you're going to take the provincial bus, it stops right in front of it. The same with Cenera. It's also on Maharlika Highway. So the accessibility, it's bar none for us. So, yes.
Mula kay Ellie ng Pasay, ano-ano ang mga kailangan i-consider para bumili ng bahay sa ngayon? I have 2 kids and kasama ko ang nanay ko. What is the best area and place na para sa amin?
Oh, wow. Siyempre, sir, for me, love your own, no? For me, ideal, you have 2 children, you have your mother that is living with you. I would assume siguro na if you can, your mom is helping you out raising your 2 kids, so you're very lucky to do that. If you're living in Pasay, I can imagine it's very congested. Pag umulan yan, nagkakabaha. So for me, now is the time to consider that there's job opportunities also in areas like San Pablo, like our development Sanera, where you can give your mother and your 2 children more open spaces, greens, house and lot, when your kids start growing up, meron silang magiging sarili nilang kwarto para mabigyan sila ng sarili nilang space as teenagers. It's very important for them that they have their privacy and they are given the space to be themselves. So I would really suggest that the first thing I think that you need to do is you need to plan. You make a plan. Consider your reality right now. Consider your income. Consider the realities that you have to face financially. Sino pa yung mga kasama mo sa bahay, and you can make a goal and say na, okay, I have 2 kids, we can move at this date na kung kailan ako pwedeng makalipat or pwede ako maka-acquire ng bahay. So for us, just to be more direct and more specific, in Uvialand, you will need probably around 70 to 80,000 cash out. This is anyway payable over 6 months, and then you will loan from Pag-ibig Fund. The monthly amortization is around 10 to 12,000. So that will be your consideration. So you might think na, it's a little, I don't know if your children are going to school already, but I can tell you that outside Metro Manila, the price for education is actually much more affordable, but still maintaining good quality education. At the same time, you can consider public schools outside Metro Manila because it's not as congested as it is in Metro Manila. So, malaking tulong din yan sa financial planning natin. So, I guess the first thing that I can tell you is you need to plan. And when you make that plan, start making decisions that will affect that plan and help you to reach your goal faster.
Mula kay James ng Novaliches, what are the signs you've found the right home?
What are the signs you found the right home? Okay, again, everybody has their own reality, Some people, for them, their ideal home would be space for a family. Some people, for them, ideal home would be closer to nature. Some people, an ideal home for them would be home and office and business area in one. So, I guess the first thing that you need to know is what do you want for your life. You have to do a self-assessment, envisioning what would you like to achieve, and what for you is your goal. What is your retirement goal? Where do you see yourself? So, I can't really give you an answer because, it's your life. It's a very personal decision that needs to be made. So I guess the first thing that you need to consider is how do you see yourself in the next 10 to 15 years? Because real estate is a heavy investment. It's a commitment. It's not something that you want to do today, tapos in 1 year or 2 years, you'll change your mind. So I guess it depends on what your reality is and what your considerations are. And from there, you can start making plans. Sometimes for people, outside Metro Manila, within Metro Manila, I'm not saying one is better than the other. What I am just trying to say is that there are options that you can consider outside the urban chaos of Metro Manila.
Maraming salamat, Pami, for joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much, Vernon.
Fatima Olivares-Vital ng Uvialand.
Yes.
And that's it for Kalingang KaTribu. I am Vernon Velasco. Good afternoon.
Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber KaTribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber, Just click on the link in this video to join.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kaming natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April, at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Good morning, sir. How may I help you?
Bakit kailangan ko pang pumunta sa bangko?
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.